All right, well, the next topic we're going to be talking about in our geometry toolkit is called inverse trigonometry. And this is used to find missing angles in a right triangle when the two sides are known. So up till now, either we knew two sides and we wanted to know the third, so we'd use the Pythagorean theorem. We could also, if we knew an angle and a side, we could find a missing side by using either sine, cosine, or tangent. So now it's a case of where we know two sides and we want to know a missing angle. So if you were to look on your calculator right now, what you'll discover is that not only is there sine, cosine, and tangent, those buttons there, but there's something called an inverse function. And so if you were to press second and then either sine or cosine or tangent, your calculator will look like this. And what this means is the inverse of sine. It's kind of like the opposite of squaring and square rooting. They kind of undo each other here. So sine, and what we call this the inverse of sine, we call this arc and then sine. That's how we say it. This would be arc and then cosine. And this one would be arc tangent. So it's arc sine, arc cosine, and arc tangent. So let me show you how this all works here. And we've got a couple triangles down here, and we're going to find the missing angle here. We don't know this angle. However, we do know this is the opposite side from it. Remember, again, we look across there. We know this is the hypotenuse. Therefore, this is the adjacent. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be solving for this angle. So what you want to do is the function that involves opposite and adjacent, hypotenuse won't be in play here, that would be tangent. So we could say tangent of our angle, whatever that happens to be, is equal to 25 over 13. And so now we get to this point here, well, what do we do next? Well, it's as simple as the opposite of adding is subtracting. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. If we want to undo squaring, for instance, we square root. And what we do now in order to undo tangent is we do something called arc tangent. So what we do is we do arc tangent of both sides. So basically what's going to happen here is theta, the angle we're solving for, is arc tangent of 25 divided by 13. So on your calculator right now, what you're going to do is you're going to press in second and then tangent to get tan negative 1, and then in the parentheses put 25 divided by 13, press enter, and when you're all done you should get the angle measurement. So theta should be, if we round off to two places here, 62.53 degrees. So that's what theta is, 62.53 degrees approximately. Okay, over here on this example, we've got the angle, we've got going directly across, we've got the opposite, and we've got the hypotenuse. So in this case here, the trig function that involves opposite and hypotenuse is sine. So we could say sine of theta equals 12 divided by 17. Then the only way to undo sine is what we call arc sine. So we're going to end up doing this. Theta equals arc sine of 12 divided by 17. So by doing arc sine on both sides, they cancel each other out here, and that's where we get the arc sine of 12 over 17 on the right side of the equation here. Once again, on your calculator, grab it, press second, and then the sine button, and then press 12 divided by 17. And when you're done doing that, you'll see that theta is about 44.90 degrees if you round off to two places. So that's the basics on how to find the missing angle in a right triangle when we know two sides.